My name is Judy Harrison. I've been coming to Crossroads since the third service at the theater. So we missed the first two, but we went to the third service and we've been coming ever since.
My name is Erica Sites, and I've been coming to Crossroads probably about 6 years.
I've known Erica for probably close to 10 years, maybe even a little longer. I worked with her husband, Dustin, and I. We worked together at the intermediate school. We became teaching partners probably, 7, 8 years ago. And Erica would come into school after hours with her daughter and help Dustin in the classroom. And we developed a relationship at that point. And during that time, we had some conversations where Dustin and Erica were looking for a church to attend. And I said, well, she asked, where do we go? And I said, well, we go to Crossroads. Absolutely love it. And so I said, you ought to try it. And so they did. The next Sunday, I think it was the next Sunday, they came to church with us.
Yes, so we started coming to church here and really enjoyed it. But I still was struggling quite a bit in my own personal life. I grew up since about 10 years old in church, and my dad was a really big part of my life, and he had passed away. And I think ever since that time, I just felt a real disconnection from God and just felt like I didn't know where my place was struggling in my personal life with my husband. We were going through a really rough time, and in my job, I was in a job that I hated. I made really good money, but I was never home, and my kids were upset, and I felt like my world was just kind of falling apart. And so Judy invited me to go on the discipleship walk a couple years ago, and I didn't think that God was there with me. So she invited me to do this discipleship walk, which was completely outside of what I would ever think about doing, and went there and had a life-changing thing happen. Like, it was just like amazing to feel God's love, and it was just an unbelievable moment of like utter peace, and just knowing that God was there the whole entire time, even if I didn't feel it. And that this change was not going to come from me. It was going to come from Him, and that I just needed to kind of let it all go.
This is one of those times when you just kind of sense that someone may need something. And to be honest, I have never been one that felt really comfortable in sharing my faith. As a public school teacher, it was a very thin line as to what you could say and not say in school, and any kind of conversations that we had about God in school stemmed from the kids' introduction, not from mine. And so to tell Erica, that the discipleship walk really changed my life was really out of my comfort zone. Then to tell her that, maybe this would be something that would be a benefit also for you. But I think the more we talked about it, I don't know, something kept pushing me to push her to the point where I didn't let it go. And I said, I really want you to go. And so I thought it was funny.
And I think it wasn't like even sharing her like about God and like scripture and all that. It was just sharing her life, and what has made a change for her, and knowing that I needed a change in my life, and I needed to be closer to God, and that made all the difference to me, was just knowing that something out there to kind of help pull me back to God, I think was the main thing.
I really did not know the kind of impact it had on her until just this past year. And I think as a result, it's made me feel better and more comfortable about sharing my faith now. Actually seeing that, wow, when you do that, there are some real positive results